Nearly 3/4 of the students who attend Captain James Daly Elementary School in Germantown are from low-income families.
Good to see you all.
When Principal Nora Dietz started at the school 11 years ago, about half of the students received free and reduced meals. Today, that number is around 75%.
People want to help. They don't understand. And they would say to me, I had no idea. Or they'd say, I've gone by your school, it's beautiful. I said, well, yeah, of course it is. And we keep it that way because it's important for our children to have a wonderful building to come to every day. But don't be fooled. We have lots of needs.
A large group of her students live in the Middlebrook Mobile Home Park, the last existing mobile home park in Montgomery County. So one day, she and a group of Daly staff paid a visit to those families to find out what more they could do at the school to make life easier.
Again and again, they kept saying, school's fine, don't need anything else, but I need a dentist. So when I met back with the group and I'm like, look at, so the 15 families I spoke to all said they need a dentist. How am I going to get them a dentist?
She was able to enlist Smile Maryland to come to the school twice a year for dental exams, but the list of needs for her families continued to grow.
Teamwork meant to dream work. We're preparing food sacks for needy kids to make sure that they do not go to bed hungry over the weekend.
Dietz wanted to create the environment of a community school where families could ask for help. Now she's able to do that with the assistance of Thriving Germantown.
All right, are we done already?
Wow.
This is my life.
Crystal Townsend is the president of the Health Initiative Foundation, a grant-making organization that supports healthcare nonprofits in Montgomery County. Her group started the 5-year pilot program for Thriving Germantown in 2016 after a meeting with Nora Dietz.
She said, you know, Crystal, my children are hungry. And I just left that discussion knowing that we need to do better as a whole community about making sure our schools are equipped with the resources they need to support families so that our educators can educate.
The Thriving Germantown Community Hub is designed to help Germantown families connect to healthcare, food assistance, ESOL classes, and more. Daly Elementary is the only Title I school in the Clarksburg cluster, and many of the families don't speak the language and are in need of social and emotional support. But with the help of Thriving Germantown, those needs are being met.
When children were experiencing some trouble academically,
Good morning. Hi, Betty. How are you?
we're always like, so, you know, are they healthy? Have they had their eyes checked? And maybe they're not seeing quite right. They need to have an eye exam. Don't know where to go. And then they'd say, well, we need glasses, but I can't afford glasses. So I was like, okay, so what do we do? So that was one of the first things that Crystal helped with, was to get Lighthouse for the Blind on board. And they come now too, several times a year. They pull up their mobile unit. Children go in to see them, they get an eye exam, and then if they need glasses, we get them glasses.
We know that every parent wants the best for their child, and if we're able to come from that place of strength and connect them with the resources so that they can have and build upon their resiliency and take away those stressors, any of those barriers that are hindrances from a child excelling in the classroom, then we've done our job.
For the past 3 years, I have been technically homeless.
Lloydette Lamothe is a direct beneficiary of the Thriving Germantown program. This single mother of two has a liaison, Kit, who checks in with her on a regular basis to see if there's anything she needs. Lloydette told us that Thriving Germantown has been the support system she's needed while she learns to navigate life on her own.
Especially being a wife, you're used to a certain way. And then when that's taken away from you, you're at ground zero and you don't know what to do anymore. And me being so young, I really didn't know what to do. And I didn't have parental figures to kind of pick me back up again. So I had to turn to the resources of the community. And that's where Thriving Germantown came in. Which is, at first, you have to be super humble to do that, number one. And number two, even though a lot has been happening to you and your trust may not be there, you have to trust somebody to get to where you're going.
As the parents have felt, I believe, that we've listened. That's been one of the major things, is that, you know, that you've asked me, Mrs. Dietz, what do I need? I've told you. And guess what? I've come through with it. And so, so there's that trust.
My investment in you is incredibly important. All of your parents.
Councilmember Craig Rice represents the Daly Elementary community. He says Thriving Germantown has made all the difference for both students and parents.
So it's not just about providing resources to the children in the schools, but understanding that they live outside of those school walls. And so all these other things that are affecting them and their performance in schools need to be matched with services that are provided by the greater community.
One question that I always ask myself every day: if we do one backpack program for after school, have I done anything to help that whole household become food secure?
Crystal Townsend knows a little about the challenges in the Daly community. She was born into poverty and experienced many of the same struggles as the families her foundation serves. Her father was a minister, and she spent time with him serving the community.
We don't control when people get to their journeys, but we can help keep coaching, mentoring, supporting, and giving them resources and information so that when they're ready, they can access the right services for them.
I'm so glad you're receiving these home weekend meal bags. So here's one for your child number 1. Here's one for the 3-year-old. And Mommy, here's one for you.
I get one. Thank you
Yes,
so
you
much.
do.
What's critical I love about Daly Elementary School is they catch you at the preschool age, and they bring the support to the mom or the father or the family with anything that might be lacking, so that they'll strengthen that, so that that's the less thing that you have to worry about in your life of like a million things that you have to worry about.
And while Nora Dietz is at the helm of Daly, she will continue to work not only to educate her students, but to make them feel like their family.
Morning, how are you?
Part of my mission has been that to keep saying to anyone who will listen that we need the help here. We can't, just because this is where we are located doesn't mean that we don't need the support, and our families need the support.
And as the number of families in need in the Germantown community continues to grow, the Healthcare Initiative Foundation is working to create an up-county nonprofit hub. The goal is to have a central location where nonprofits can make their services more accessible to those in need in the up-county. For more information about the work of the Healthcare Initiative Foundation, visit their website.